My mom was talking about you with me, and it made me realize how often we find ourselves in conversations that reveal so much more than we expect. It's funny how words can shape perceptions, leaving a trail of emotions behind. When my mom was talking about you, I couldn't help but feel like there were so many layers to our relationship that I had never truly explored before. Her words stirred up emotions I didn't know I had. It's strange how the simplest conversations can reveal such deep thoughts. My mom brought you up, and I felt like I was hearing about a side of you I hadn't noticed, and it left me reflecting on everything. There are moments when our hearts are heavier than our thoughts. My mom mentioned you, and it sparked a whirlpool of feelings, both old and new, all rushing back at once. My mom said something about you today that made me stop and think about how we all carry little pieces of each other in our hearts, even if we don't always realize it. She spoke of you with such tenderness, and suddenly it felt like I was learning more about your soul through her words. It's fascinating how others can see us in ways we sometimes don't recognize ourselves. When my mom talked about you, I felt like I was standing on the edge of an unspoken truth, one that neither of us had yet fully grasped. It made me wonder what we truly understand about each other. Mom always has a way of putting things into perspective, and today she mentioned you. Her words made me pause and question my own feelings about the space between us and how we navigate it. I never realized how much power a conversation could hold until my mom spoke of you. It left me with thoughts and feelings I wasn't prepared for, yet they felt like something I needed to understand better. Her words felt like a mirror, reflecting all the things I hadn't said or noticed. My mom talking about you opened up a flood of emotions and thoughts that I didn't know had been waiting to be acknowledged. Listening to my mom talk about you was like unlocking a new door of understanding. It made me realize just how much can be hidden in simple words and how they can change everything you thought you knew. Mom said you were a little too, and in that moment, I felt like I was caught between the past and present, trying to piece together the thoughts I had about you in a way that made sense. Sometimes, the most unexpected conversations spark the deepest realizations. My mom talking about you opened up a world of emotions I didn't know I was holding on to. It's funny how we don't always realize how much someone can affect us until their name comes up in conversation. My mom mentioned you, and it left me with feelings I've been trying to sort through ever since. Her words made me think about the balance between what we feel and what we say. My mom's thoughts about you brought to light the confusion I've been experiencing in ways I didn't expect. My mom mentioned you today, and I felt this strange mixture of nostalgia and anticipation. It's amazing how our feelings evolve, especially when they're brought up in the context of someone else's perspective. When my mom talked about you, it felt like an invitation to look deeper into my own feelings. I couldn't help but wonder how much of what I thought I understood was just the surface of something more. She said you were a little too, and I could feel my thoughts racing, trying to piece together what that meant for me. It's strange how one sentence can open up a storm of emotions. I hadn't realized how much was left unsaid until my mom spoke your name. Her words made me reconsider everything I thought I knew about our connection and the emotions that go with it. Sometimes our thoughts are like waves, calm one moment, overwhelming the next. My mom talking about you brought those waves crashing back, stirring up feelings I thought were long gone. My mom's words had a way of unraveling my thoughts, leaving me to sort through emotions I hadn't fully acknowledged before. Talking about you opened up a space in my heart I hadn't known existed. It's amazing how words can make everything feel so much clearer and yet so much more confusing at the same time. My mom talking about you made me reconsider all the thoughts and feelings I thought I had figured out. When she spoke about you, I felt this strange mix of gratitude and unease, like I was hearing something important but didn't fully understand it yet. It left me wondering about all the things we leave unsaid. Her voice echoed in my mind long after the conversation ended, reminding me of all the ways we shape our feelings through the lens of what others say. My mom talking about you made me see things I hadn't before. There's something about hearing someone else's thoughts on a person that shifts your perspective